This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Who's the brainiest of the bunch? Today we find out on Brainy Bunch.
Good morning, INCRadio South Central States. Today we are not going to see who the brainy one of the bunch is because we're actually doing a live broadcast. We are here in Dallas and we're here to talk about friends, family, and reunions and different types of gatherings. And so I do have some guests here. Hopefully we'll have more people like coming in and out to talk to us, but we'll see how that goes. And so go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Nathan Russell, behind the scenes mostly for the Brainy Bunch, half of the brainchild of this operation. And I'm from Alvarado, Texas. And yeah, that's me.
Hey, everyone. Good day to all of you. I am Renz, and I am from Fort Worth, Texas. I usually am in the comment section, but now I'm here again. Thank you all for watching.
Oh, but you still got to go in comment section later when you leave us.
I'll be there.
All right. So our topic today is about reunions, right? Like, Nate, how often do you have family reunions or reunions with friends?
I mean, to some degree, we'll try to have a reunion every year.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing we've done lately is the dads. We have kind of a reunion every year. Every summer we go on a road trip.
Oh, nice.
And usually it's a hiking trip.
Okay.
So at first, like our little kids couldn't go, but now that they're getting older, they're starting to join us. So like my son, when he hit, I think he was about 10 or 11, he actually went on a backpacking trip with us in Colorado. And yeah, he had a backpack and he hiked up the Colorado mountain with us, and we camped out in this valley. And that was an experience. I think my son, Everest, he found out that he gets homesick. That's the night we were sleeping in the tent. He was like, Dad, I want to go home.
Did he just want to go home because he missed his bed? Or did he really miss home?
I think he really missed the comforts of home. You know, I know that, you know, when I go camping for extended periods, I start to get homesick on the road. So, yeah, I think it was just his first experience, you know, getting homesick. But I think as he gets older, he'll realize like, all right, this is just the time I get to spend doing this. Might as well enjoy it. Can always be home the rest of the year.
What about, are you sure it wasn't the internet he was missing? Because I know out in the tent, you've got no internet, so he probably couldn't get on his devices.
You know what? More than ever nowadays, he'd probably enjoy more being outside. He's
good.
Yeah, he's starting to get away from using devices. Yeah.
All right, so Renz, I want to ask you, like, because I know you're from the Philippines, so where's your family now? Where's your family from?
So we're from the Philippines, so I don't get to have a reunion with them that much.
Okay.
I only see them online when we call each other. So hopefully next time we'll be able to get home and visit them.
So, but you do get online, right? So that's
Yeah.
kind of a reunion also,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like usually is it just you and your siblings? Is it you and like the whole family? Who's usually on when you do your online reunions?
It's usually my mom and dad, because most of my siblings, maybe they are at work. And usually my mom and dad doesn't want to see me. It's just my kids that they want to see.
Very good. And you know, for all of those in the chat, go ahead and put why do you have family reunions, what it's like. If you have stories you want to share, go ahead and put in the chat and we'll go ahead and read those. And so, Renz, I know you were saying that you're excited to be here in Dallas because there's people you want to, well, not really reunite with, but these are people that you want to meet, right?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
How did you meet these people?
These people, we've met them online.
Okay.
And now there is a chance, there is an opportunity that we could meet them today and in the next few days.
Yes. And you know, my friend Tony, who's coming all the way from, where's she from? Michigan? Yeah. She's coming all the way from Michigan and she goes, hey, I need to meet Renz when I get there. So she's like really excited about that.
I'm looking forward to that. Usually we're in the comment section, we're kind of a nuisance there. But now you get to meet us personally.
Yes, and that's the thing, because when we talk about reunions, usually sometimes it's people we've known for so long.
Yes.
But this reunion, I'm really excited because with modern technology, we've met people via WebEx, via links, different ways virtually, but we've never met in person. And so I'm really excited to meet all those people I met online actually in person. I think that's gonna be the coolest thing.
I do hope when we meet each other, the friends that we've met online, we can be as jolly as this, because sometimes it's disappointing in person. It's like what? No, there are people who are like that. They're very jolly in the comment section, and then in the actual, they're like very timid. They're like very shy. I do hope it's not gonna be lackluster as that.
And you know what? I know what you're saying, but from how I've interacted with Tony, I think she's going to be just gung ho like she is on air.
Okay,
I think
okay,
so.
that's very nice to hear.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of it's a lot of introverted extrovert, especially on radio personalities.
Yes. Well, Tony did put in the comment, I am coming soon. So she is on her way. So we're excited about that.
All right.
And I hope she's not, she said she hopes she's not a disappointment. And then we also have Matt, who's also chiming in, and he said he's going to have a mini reunion with family and friends from Alaska this weekend. So it'll be nice to see people. And I've been here this morning since 10 o'clock, I think. And it is so nice because I'm from California. I'm not originally from Texas. And so it was so nice to see all my friends from California. And when you have your reunions, or when you see people that you haven't seen in a while, what is that like? Because for me, when I saw them, it's like time had never passed. We still know each other, we still give each other hugs and, trying to catch up. But what is it like when you have your reunions with your dads?
With my dad?
Well,
I was going to say broadly that whenever I meet up with some friends, sometimes it is like you said, it's like the time in between just never occurred. And your friendship just picks right back up where it left off. Prime example that I have was in the early 90s. I had a friend because we lived on base because we were both military kids, right? And we got separated, early 90s, and we didn't meet up until like the 2020s. So what is that? That's 30 years.
Yes.
A 30-year gap. Okay. Now I was able to find him online through Facebook.
Okay.
So thank goodness that his name was, very kind of unique. Because if it was like a John Smith, like good luck finding your long lost friend, John Smith. But I was able to find him online, so we kind of reconnected, and we found out we were both in Florida at the same time.
Oh wow!
So we both went to this restaurant and just had breakfast, like the whole morning into the afternoon.
Oh nice, oh nice. And talking about reunions, I do see a friend over here. I don't know, since the 90s, come join us. Come on in. Please tell us, who are you?
Hi, my name is...
You're going to have to get it closer, bro.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm not used to with...
Whatever. Who are you? Just
Hello,
stopping
everyone.
by.
It's always nice to be with family. Reunion is always really nice because it brings family... I mean, family's close, but reunion makes it actually much, much closer. So that's why we usually have big events that we have in the family, so that we can have meets, be together all the time.
I have a question for you. Okay, so usually, reunions, you always want to see your friends and you always want to catch up. Now, are there some friends that you're scared to see because they might, reveal all your secrets?
No, there's really no anxiety or, especially when you're sweating. It's really hot here in Texas for some reason.
Yes, it is.
Really hot for some reason. Yeah, we're not used to it. 90 degrees.
Wait, hold on. Didn't you used to live here?
I did.
Okay, so you should already know what the weather's like.
I did, and I was kind of prepared, but I wasn't really prepared to be sitting here in front of everyone. Hi, everyone. For those of you that are tuning in right now to INCRadio, South Central State, Brainy Bunch, every Saturday, 11:30 Central Time.
Yes. On our other episodes, you will see who's the brainy one of the bunch, but today we're just having conversations.
Oh, yes, of course. And this is actually a fun conversation of, meeting not really new faces, but, people you haven't seen for a long time.
Yes, exactly. And you know me, I like to travel, right?
Mhm.
And every time I travel, I like to catch up with people that I know. Just like I just came from Charlotte and I was able to see like a childhood friend who I'd seen like growing up the whole time. And so just to catch up is really
Oh
nice.
yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that picture with Ate Lucy.
Yeah, well,
Also,
yeah. So I met Lucy, which was really nice. And the thing is, she came up to me. She goes, "Arnie," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, who is this?" Because like, had I met her before? And then she's like, "Oh, I'm Lucy," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, Virginia, right?" So it was really nice, and like that, like I said, because you meet people online, but then to see them in person, I think it's totally different. It's
it
really
is it
nice.
is it is totally different,
Yes,
especially not just inside for us inside members of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo, but for the INC Radio family.
yes,
Like what happened that instance that you were there in North Carolina, right?
yes,
North
yes,
Carolina, yes. And that was one of those interesting things because, we only see each other in, for example, like this. We're now in
exactly.
YouTube. And how many? Okay, for those of you that are tuning in, just continue your comments. Anyway, we normally just see each other in a box.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes we don't even see each other in a box. Sometimes it's just your picture.
Yeah, exactly. And the pictures like going like this because you're talking, and no, some people just don't want to turn on their camera, but it's
Tony is greeting you. She's saying, "Oh snap, it's Emmanuel." So yes, he is on.
So were you two ever in the same district at one point?
Yes,
no districts.
yes,
Multiple.
yes,
Explain.
yes. So because I'm from California, born and raised, but
Should I just?
he traveled a lot because of his family. He traveled a lot, and so there were times we were like in the same area. And so when he actually had hair, we kind of knew him, and so we kind of like I don't know. I think you're older than me, right?
We'll just talk about places.
So we kind of like knew each other when we were still single. I'm still single. He's married now, but yes, we still knew each other growing up. And so, but people change, people go places and everything like that. But somehow, every time we see each other, we're like, oh, it's as if we were in Poway. Back then, it was Poway.
Yeah, but back then.
Yeah, but
Now
now
it's
North San Diego.
North San Diego. Yeah,
North San Diego. Yes, yes.
Because we used to be in the same district at one point, southeastern seaboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, when you were in Florida.
No,
No,
when
where
we
were
were here.
Oh, why? This was part of Florida? I mean, this was southeastern
No,
seaboard?
I lived here.
Okay.
So we were in the same district.
No, because
Oh.
he's Florida.
I remember your dad was in southeastern seaboard way back in the day.
way back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to trace back things that happened in the past.
Uh-huh.
Things happened in the past. I just left it.
Things you're trying to forget.
Uh-huh.
Things I'm trying to forget.
So those are conversations we don't want to have right now.
No, it's breaking up right now.
Ask you this. What are you looking forward to this weekend? Like what is it about this weekend that you're looking forward to? About like the people you want to see or meet?
It's actually one of the things I'm really looking forward for this. Like what we're talking about, this family reunion. I'm actually excited to meet all the friends, relatives that I have not seen for not just a couple of years, but decades.
Yeah.
I was actually met someone when I used to be a choir member. She was my very first choir mentor, and we were together back. Well, I'm not even gonna say the years because we're just gonna start aging ourselves. For those of you that are tuning in, notice I'm really, really trying to be careful not to reveal
His age.
years here.
Yeah, I was a little kid when I knew him. He was like already could do. I was like 10 years old.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we're not the same age.
Yeah,
He's way older.
Just a little bit of a dead air there. But it's not just in California. Actually, Arnie and I, we're in the Philippines. Yeah.
That's right. Oh, and I was going to bring a picture. I was going through my pictures, and there was a time where you came over and visited with all the other friends that we had from the Philippines,
Mhm.
Ate Lisa and all that.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
remember
like,
that. Yeah.
I did show it to Dre. Dre did see it, and he saw that picture. So I was like, oh, maybe I should bring some of the pictures on, around just to see. Yeah, back then still.
There's the reason why we review all materials to be shown for radio.
Why you don't want that picture to be shown?
But then again, there are some pictures that say, can we show this? And and I'm looking at the time. Should I shut? Just like, yeah, go ahead. And then all of a sudden, it's like, wait, did we approve that?
Yeah.
But it was that's one of the things that I was trying to explain, that when we have reunion like this, it's different when you see each other in the box whenever we
Yes.
talk things like that. But in person, there's it's priceless. It's
Yes.
priceless. It's a priceless moment that even though you've known each other for a very long time, but physically, if we're like this, talking about reunions and things like that, there is no words to explain how happy you are, how excited you are.
Yes.
So for those of you that have not, for those of you that I have not met yet, watch out, stand by.
It sounds like a warning.
Yeah, get your camera ready.
Yes, I've already done a lot of selfies today.
Yeah.
And for me, a lot of the people that I know are much older than I am. And so they're not really into social media. They're not, so you don't get to really see them that way. And so, like, seeing them in person, like, I don't know if you know Kami, right?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
she's not on social media. And so seeing her, I was like, oh my goodness, it was so nice to just talk. And other people, even though they're younger, they don't put their whole life on social media,
No,
right?
no.
So the in-person reunions, I think, are really important.
Yes, yes, it is. Even though you put it in social media, it's really different
Yes.
to have it in person. And why even put it in social media? Why would you want to put your life out there?
Yes,
Why would you put a price in those priceless moments?
exactly. And
So
that's why this whole seeing everybody online and everything, I mean, it's great, but that's why I'm trying to make it a point to go visit. That's why I went to North Carolina, because my friend Angela was there and I wanted to see him and his family. And so I was able to do that. I would go to Washington, D.C. and visit people. But like you said, it is priceless when it's in person.
yeah, it is, especially for the newer generations that are getting used to it, the virtual things
Yes.
that are happening. There's no virtual. It's just basically virtual. You're in your own little bubble.
Mhm.
But going out there, get out there, enjoy the sun, enjoy the wind, enjoy the sweat that
No,
you're.
I don't know
no,
how you
no.
enjoy the sun in Texas.
No, I think I will enjoy it from inside, not out here. It's just too
But
hot.
but you know what though? Those days or those years that I was here in Texas, I really did enjoy the heat here compared to. Oh, all right, well, let me just defend myself here. Compared to if you were in Florida
Mhm.
because of the humidity,
Yes.
or in the Philippines, at least here, even though it's hot, it's dry heat, and you can actually feel the breeze, feel
Yes.
the wind.
Yes.
I would rather have that compared to the humidity in Florida or in the Philippines.
That's so true. We do have a comment here from Tony. She says she's on her way to Kansas to reunite with some friends that became family. Have you guys experienced people like that who really, you guys were just friends and now you really consider each other as family?
Oh yes, all the time, all the time. But and that's how it is. That's how it is inside the Iglesianicristo or the Church of Christ. That we basically, of course, we're all brothers and sisters
Yes.
in the church, and but then again, it goes beyond that because you build that closeness, you build that bond, that it becomes more than just friends, and
Yes.
you become a family. You,
I don't know about some of my friends. I'd be warning my family, hey, no, he's my friend, but no, stay away from him.
Stay away. No, and like for us, because with me, I've got a lot of sisters, so we're just known as the D sisters. Everyone knows us as the D sisters. And then when we had another family, the Rodas, and then we're friends with them, and so now we're the D Rodas sisters because all of their sisters and all of us sisters were always together. And because we're not all in the same place, some are in the Bay Area, some are in Sacramento,
Mhm.
but we do make it a point to either have lunch or do things together so that we can see each other, and then like another example, like we're the D sisters, but then you have the Nuke sisters. And so we're like, when we do our hashtag is the D Nuke sisters, because we all think of each other as siblings, even
Exactly.
though we're not siblings.
Yeah, exactly. And that is actually the good thing. Now that you brought that up, I'm thinking of meshing it all up in my little brain, and there's a light bulb here. Like,
No, but that's how it is, right? Because, sometimes, your family you're stuck with, whether you like them or not, right? You have no choice. But with your friends, you get to pick your friends and you can make them family if you so choose, right? Yeah. So,
And sometimes, between those families, sometimes some people end up together and make it official and get married.
that's true. But it's hard when we're all sisters, we're all girls.
That is very true.
That doesn't happen.
That will never happen.
But yes. And then we have another comment here from Matt. He says, I've reached the age where my friends have babies now and I can't wait to meet them. And that's a thing. I think with all my friends' kids, I'm the cool aunt. I'm the one that they can come to and have fun with because, mommy and daddies, they have to discipline their kids. But I'm the, oh, you want candy? Sure. My mom's going to get mad. I'm like, it's okay. I will answer to your mom. Right? Have you done that to any of your kids' friends?
I can neither confirm nor deny because first of all, I love my wife. Was that a sign?
Yes, that was a sign.
Anyway, it's one of those things that if no, all I'm just gonna do is I will neither confirm nor deny if that ever happened or ever did happen. I'll just say I just love my family.
I will say though that like with my son and then my sister's kids, we love like bringing them together.
Yes.
So when the cousins hang out,
Yes.
even though there's quite a bit of an age gap. So my son is 13 and his cousin is only 6, right? They still want to hang out all the time, and it gets to the point where they're like asking, like, "Hey, when's the next time we can hang out with our cousin and this and that?" Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that the hard part is when it's like distance, right?
Right.
Like because I said, a lot of my family's in California, whether they're in San Diego or Sacramento. I'm here in Texas, and so we try to make it a point, whether it's Thanksgiving or New Year's, that hey, we're going to get together just to have it. And it's also to the point where all of my cousins, there's like 32 of us. We grew up like we were brothers and sisters. It came to the point where now all their kids, I consider them as my nieces and nephew. Okay. Oh, what are we doing? Taking a selfie on air? I consider them as my nieces and nephews. So with my siblings, I have 9 nieces and nephews. But anytime people ask me, oh, how many nieces and nephews do you have? I have to think. I'm like, oh, we just had a new one. So there's 18 now. So I include them as part of my nieces and nephews.
Now, do you have any family in the Philippines?
I do have family in the Philippines. My dad's side of the family is there. And then my parents are there 6 months out of the year.
Okay.
So I do have family in the Philippines, but I think it's my mom's side who we grew up with and who we were close to, and that's the ones that we normally stick with. With my dad's side of the family, we see them every once in a while, usually when we visit there, but it's not like the point where I do it with my mom's side of the family, where we make it a point to see each other.
See, unfortunately for me, it's been close to 20 years since I've been back to the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
To visit my family. So we're hoping actually to go next year. In 20 years, that's quite a gap. I'm sure the country is a lot different than I remember.
It's a lot different. You actually beat me by 5 years, because the longest for me was 15 years before I went back to the Philippines, and there was actually a lot of major changes.
Yes.
But one thing will never change in the Philippines. It's not just the weather, but the traffic.
Yes. No, that is so true. I know it does change. It gets worse.
Okay, there you go.
It
does change.
It does change.
I can't imagine it being worse.
Yes.
Let's just say, how you have those vendors that will actually, before you ride the bus or jeepneys and things like that, that you have those vendors that will actually, the vendors actually walk a lot faster than the vehicles.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Yeah, you even have time to, and you know how the vehicles are so close to each other, that you could actually literally touch the next person on the bus. Just, hey, wake up.
No, but you know what? Even because normally it's 4 lanes, but in the Philippines they make it 6, and that's why there's so much traffic, right? They don't follow the rules of the lanes. They'll go whatever. But with all that chaos, there's still less accidents you see on the road than you would see here.
I imagine you can't go very fast.
No, you cannot go very fast. No.
No, I think the most in terms of miles was about 35 or 40. That's the most. But if they go to the expressway, it's about 50 miles per hour.
Okay.
That's the fastest.
Yes.
So, but then again, it's, speaking to, going back to what Arnie mentioned, that they don't follow the rules, because the only time that they follow the rules if there's actually lanes.
Yes.
But since there's no lanes in the highway, I think they didn't even bother painting the lanes anymore because of so many vehicles. But in some places, and I was surprised by this, with the last time I went back to the Philippines, it's not just painted lanes. It's actually they have lanes that have lights on them on the street, like the airport, or like like the landing strip where you see the lights on the landing strip. There are actually streets that have lights, and that actually blew my mind. I'm like, whoa, am I in the Philippines?
Yeah, no, but you know what? I think a lot of some countries have really good infrastructure that they can do that. I have not seen it here in the U.S. though. But I do have somebody on the chat. It's Family LV Fun. I don't know who that is, but they're saying greetings from local of Virginia Beach, District of Virginia. They're saying hello to you. See, they're not even saying hi to me and Nate. They're saying hi to you.
Hello, everyone from Virginia Beach.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. I did meet a few people, so yeah, I did meet a few people from there. What about? Is there ever a time where it's like one reunion that you will never forget? Whether it was an activity, whether it was a trip you took, was there like a family reunion to you that stands out? Either one of you.
So my family on my dad's side, we had a big reunion where I think we pretty much brought in everybody related to, my dad's side of the family, up in Massachusetts. Okay, and the type of food they do there is they call it I think it's called a clam boil, where they have a stack of these pots, and then they kind of steam all the food all together. Really, really good. But I think the one thing that stood out was that we played dodgeball with a basketball.
Yeah. Yes. No, for me, I think the one that stood out the most to me was when my sister got married, because that was the only time all of us cousins were actually there. Because I also have cousins in Norway, so they can't come over as often as they would like. But at my sister's wedding, they actually came, and that was the only time they were there. And it was just nice to be all together and see each other and meet their kids and all, because that's not something that we get to do.
And at that time, my great grandmother was still alive at the time, so it was nice knowing that I still had a great grandmother. And I know my son was born, so she was a great grandmother at one point. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I kind of miss that now, because now, like, it's been a while since we've had a big reunion like that. But as I get older, I now understand why, especially like your grandmother, they really just want to see everybody together. And that alone is just enough for them to feel happy.
My grandma was like that because she had 12 kids. And growing up, she did not want anyone to live outside of a 5-mile radius because she wanted everyone together. And we were required to have Sunday night dinner with her no matter what. But you know what? It kept the family together. And then it wasn't until she passed that when everyone started moving elsewhere. But that is one of the things I do like about grandparents is like, yeah, they want everyone to be together.
Exactly. For me, one of the reunions, actually, all events that we attend, because we move, we move around and things like that. So our family structure is basically all over the place, or wherever we move. So whenever we have major activities, that's I try to cherish and treasure most of it, actually all of it, because that's you don't know when will be the last time that, or when will you see them again. Will you see each other again on the next event? Well, we don't know when is the next event. Right?
Exactly. You don't know what happens, especially now. A lot of my friends are getting older. So we're like, okay, I need to go visit people, right? Because you never know what's going to happen. Also, that Family LV Fund, that's Joseph Nagal. Do you know Joseph Nagal?
Yes.
That's his greeting.
He used to be in Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's, and then he was and I met him in Hawaii during the 50th also. And Tony can't resist. She had to join.
Yes. So we do have Tony, who we're actually excited to actually meet in person because we keep meeting each other online. But Tony decided to join us remotely today. Hey, Tony, can you hear us?
Hey, this is my first time joining you guys because I never get to join you on Saturdays. I'm super excited.
Can you hear what? Okay, fine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Everyone
you.
tuning in. Okay, cool.
So where are you
Um,
going now?
we're in Kansas. We're headed to Kansas City to have a mini reunion before our other reunion. That's going to be later on. But yeah, we left like
And how do you like
12:30
the
this
openness of
morning.
Kansas?
Sorry,
How do you like the openness of Kansas?
right? It's not so bad. It's like Ohio, almost. It feels a little bit like Ohio, kinda. Yeah, just very not farmland, but kind of just more a lot of open space driving. Yeah, kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know how if you guys are going to enjoy your drive in Kansas because it is kind of I don't know, flat with lots of land. But
Yeah,
yes,
I'm gonna record myself though. As soon as we pass the border, I'm like, we're not in Kansas anymore.
but we're excited. Hopefully, you guys are driving carefully, and then hopefully
Yes.
we'll make it all the way to Texas because there are people who
Yes.
do want to meet you. So it'll be nice to come see you.
Yes, I'm super excited. There's a lot of people that I haven't seen for years, like even way before the pandemic. So super excited to see them all. Super excited to meet you guys finally in person. Be really
Yes,
cool.
I know, long awaited, right?
Yes.
So, but thank you for popping in.
Of course.
Maybe
Super
you guys
excited
wanna
to see you
ask her?
guys.
Yeah. So when are you getting here?
Probably not till early morning Sunday, just because
Sunday?
the drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Call us if you want to go get some barbecue. Because you
I'm
know,
thinking about it. I heard it's really good. I have some friends who are already eating some today, so I'm gonna ask them about it. Very
Texas is known
famous.
for its barbecue.
Yeah.
Besides being everything big, it's all about barbecue. But
I'm
yes.
pumped. Super
Oh,
pumped.
Melanie saying hello to you on the chat. Melanie saying
Hi, Melanie. Super excited to meet you
don't
too. I'm
worry.
super excited to see everyone.
You will meet her. Don't worry.
Cool.
Yes.
I will make sure. I have a list. And I'm determined to not leave until
I'm gonna look for that list. I'm gonna see who you check off on that list. So
all right, we're probably gonna go back to driving, guys. But it was nice to pop in to be here at least once on South Central States because I don't normally get to join. But yeah, continue to support INC
I
Radio.
know.
Subscribe, tune in, comment, all that good stuff.
We have to wrap up.
Oh, okay. Well, so it seems like they're cutting us short today, which I'm so sad because I wanted to reveal some secrets that Manly kind of had here, but now
the signals, really good here in Texas, but really at the moment.
Yeah. You know what? And I think that's why he's telling us we got to cut it now because he knows I'm going to bring up stuff that he probably doesn't want aired for everyone to see. But no, we do have to go because apparently Orange County has to go on now. Cutting us short, but thank you for everyone who tuned in. Hopefully we will get to see everyone here in Texas. We look forward to seeing you all. Look for us. We'll be here. And if anyone comes and finds me, we do have stickers. Can we see? We got stickers that I'm going to bring. If y'all bring us some stickers, we could do a trade because I'm trying to fill up my cup with different stickers. So come bring your stickers. And then that way we could represent you during our show. But thank you for tuning in with us today. Before we go, we do want to say thank you to our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Taray, our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Erbanyo Manalo, and our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you all for tuning in. See you all next week.